Okay. Well, hi, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. Enjoying the season so far. So just to start off, why did you want to be a part of it? I mean, what attracted you to either the script or the role?
Well, I mean, I love Taylor Sheridan's worlds, I love I mean, and who doesn't love Sly? I mean, he's just a living legend. But yeah, I mean, it's such a different story than, the ones out there these days. And I think it's so unique to, to Tulsa and mobsters in the West and all this stuff. I also had a lot of great friends on that show, so it was just kind of a no-brainer for me.
All right. Talk a bit about your character and sort of, I guess, his trajectory through the season, because after the second episode, he's a little contradictory. I mean, he saves the one woman. He seems like he's saying he's not part of this. Clearly he is, but he's kind of trying to, it sounds like maybe not be a part of everything. So yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, I think that originally Cole was written as kind of almost like a comedic bit and some kind of dumb yokel almost kind of thing. And I had dinner with Sly and we kind of came to this thing, and that was so interesting about the character just kept developing over the season. But he kind of saw this kind of East of Eden aspect to it and this kind of tortured soul. And that's the thing with Cole. He has a good heart, but he's kind of he's a product of his environment. He's got whiskey in his blood, and it's passed down generation to generation. And he was made to be mean, but at the end of the day, for me, he's a romantic. He's a tough guy, but I think he's trying to do it because he adores his father and or like a sense of like a memory of him at least,
Yeah.
and he'll do what he never needs to do to, whatever the cost to get that affection. So
Do you think he actually thought though that it would work going back to Cleo? Because he's trying to talk to her and he's like, I wasn't involved in his death. It's like her father just died and you're trying to hit on her and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, it was a long shot. It was a long shot. I see that, but I think that as the season goes on, you just kind of see that there is there's a big backstory there, you know, and it touches on it in that small scene together, but they have so much history, and it's one of those things we discussed too. Is like these are kids growing up together, just playing ball and being best friends, and these two distilling families that were actually friends, and when the mothers were around and all that, and so they were really close for a long time, and then something went sour, and they kind of had to choose sides. So I think maybe it was a stretch, but I think he thought that he could connect again to that childhood, those childhood roots, and maybe that's how he dreamed it would be, is that he would marry Cleo one day and live happily ever after.
did he know Mitch as well, or was that just sort of like he was his rival when that was
I think he knew Mitch from before. He knew of him. I
you
think
know?
Mitch,
Okay.
beat up on him in high school and stuff like that, or something. He
So
was the
not
cool,
friends.
and Cole was never too cool, as much as he tries. Um, but
Right.
yeah, he knew from the past, and he knew his prison problems and drug
Yeah.
problems and all that stuff, all the personal stuff. But I think that's how the small towns work.
Right. Talk
Yeah,
about working with Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, that man is he's a force. We hit it off right away, and that's what's just so interesting and just wild about this business. You get to work with these people you grew up watching, and he still has so much fire in him. And I'm not saying he's old or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's inspiring to see the passion that he still has for this craft. And yeah, it was intimidating each day we worked together. I think that was good for the performance. It's you needed that. At least I did. Um, but yeah, he played that role beautifully, and I admire him definitely.
What about working with Sly? Was that intimidating? I would assume it would be as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's Sly. He is such a gentleman and tough guy, and everything I hoped he'd be, you know. And I mean, right away, welcomed me with open arms, and he took me aside. He was just like, this script, it's just a map. It's just a map, and you follow your gut, and you play this character, and he gave me a lot of confidence in that. So I'll always be grateful. But yeah, just watching him work is a thing of beauty.
Do you feel like, is there anything, I guess, on your own that you sort of changed? Because it sounds like they're really open to you, kind of developing him on your own. Is there anything you can think of that you sort of changed yourself about him, other than what
I
you mentioned?
think that I'm not very I don't have too much comedic timing, I don't think. Uh, but I tend to go to the darker side of things. But immediately, I connected with Cole's the turmoil he has inside from his family and from the trauma and trying to be good enough and trying to survive in a really, really fucked up, tough world. So that was immediately my anchor for him. So it always comes from like a vulnerable spot, even if he's being tough or as you see the series progresses and in dangerous situations and stuff like that. It's all out of fear. It's all out of vulnerability and that boy inside. But I think that yeah, I think that was my take on Cole.
What part of him, I mean, is there a part of him you had trouble connecting with though? Because it sounds like the other side of him maybe wasn't as.
Yeah, I mean maybe the goofier side of stuff, and because that's what's so fun about this show. It's like you can get so heavy and so light in the same episode. It's not this one tone. Um, but I mean, like one of my favorite things was like when he's like, Robert Patch was like, take care of it, keep it close to home. And I lift up my hand and I have my name tattooed on my knuckles. And I'm like, they'll never know what hit him. It's just funny stuff like that. That's enjoyable, but yeah, it's definitely harder for me to connect to. I usually like to just keep it dark.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. We're almost out of time. Is there anything you can tease about what's coming that you're allowed to say past episode 2?
I mean, I think you're gonna get a sense of it in episode 2 where Cole's we don't know where he's headed, which lane he's got a big choice to make. But yeah, I just say to audiences, just be prepared to see a side of Tulsa you've never seen before, and I think it's a hell of a ride. And this cast and Robert and everybody is just it's a there's nothing like I haven't been a part of anything like it before. But yeah, action, revenge, betrayal, all of it. It's exciting.
What have you learned since starting on this show? Like, how has your life changed at all, or have you changed at all since working on the show?
Definitely, I think that this show brought me some sense of this peace, where it's okay to have a good time every once in a while, you know, instead of being so serious all the time. Um, and that people enjoy that too. But but yeah, I left straight from Tulsa. I went home to Texas for a week, and then I've been in Romania ever since.
Oh wow.
So I'm in a darker place now. But yeah, it's an amazing show, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I'm assuming you're maybe filming something else that you're there, or do you have anything else
Yeah,
coming up
yeah,
you can talk
I'm
about?
shooting a film for Sony called Archangel. It's kind of sci-fi too. It's great. I did this sci-fi film with Will Eubank called The Signal like 10 years ago. It was amazing. But we're back together shooting this one, but it's going to be great. It'll be out next year. It's very heavy though.
All right, we'll have to look forward to it. All right, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing more and seeing, I guess, which side he, if he flips or not, I guess.
Thank you so much, Jamie. I really appreciate it.